nailed it, bro.
I can actually see the video. Holy crap.
Oh, and I gotta put Bear on here. I gotta put Bear on one of those TVs.
Oh, don't forget about Drunk, because he'll cry if we don't.
All right. Welcome, everyone.
Welcome, everyone, to the dump. It is the Humpty Dump edition. And it is Wednesday night, and every time the song is going at this point, I want to be like El Presidente and try to rap, but I can't do that. So I will just say hello to you all. I hope everybody is doing well tonight. I don't know what that says. ETEP, screen share what? Anyways, I hope everybody's doing well tonight. Tonight we have a great show. We're going to be talking about Taco Bell and adult porn stars getting freaking fired because of their past. We're going to be talking about Star Wars once again in their insensitive tweeting, and we're going to be talking about something else entirely. Batwoman's poor season 2 ratings. But don't worry, because it's not Batwoman's fault. I hope everybody's doing well tonight. Michail Jolin in the house. All right. How you doing, my friend? Yeah. Best chocolate in the world. We also have Subhuman saying, what up, nerds? Sup, nerds. We got the free folks of fandom in the house. We got Makani, as always, just dropping link after link after link. And, of course, the first person of the evening, one of my number one channel members, that's Tina Bojan, who supports everybody in the fourth wave, and we love her for it. So thank you, Tina, and say hello to your husband, because I know he listens, because we're damn funny. Let me introduce you to everybody. At the moment, we can't do video because my computer sucks, but I did get an update that my computer coming in is delayed, so it might not be February 5th when I get it, but hey, it's still coming, so shut up, nerds. Let's first start with the McCabe brothers. We got the great Sam McCabe in the house. How are you, sir?
I am well, and I'm hoping everyone else is well, too.
Thank you, my friend. And his brother, the clean-shaven Nick. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing very well.
Yeah? Very well?
Yep.
You sure about that?
Very well.
All right. Better than half the Americans out there, so God bless you. Makani 90. How are you, the artist of the fourth wave? Well, usually muting might, screw you
Sorry
up.
about that. I turned
okay.
my mic off. Sorry.
I appreciate you turning your mic off.
Well, thank you everybody for stopping by. Thank you for having me as always, Scott. And I am 3 subs away from the big 400. So
yes. What?
Yes.
Drop your link right now again, Makani. Drop your link again. If anybody is not supporting Makani, I would blame Runner. It's Runner's fault.
God damn it, Runner.
Damn it,
it's always Runner's fault.
How's it going?
You're holding me back.
Yeah, he's 3 away from 400. Let's get Makani to 400 tonight, people. Parrot Head in the house. Time Prophet in the house. Okay, yeah. Boomer Kini. Makani. Yeah, Boomer Nakani. I don't know. I'm a boomer, so it doesn't matter. We also have, and he could come on video for this because he has to do his intro. We have ETEP. He's the place to be, I guess.
Oh, it is I, it is he, it is me, P double D, E-Temple coin into place to be reviews right here with all of yous, even the Orthodox Jews. L'chaim, my people, the Fandom Menace People's Champion, the most electrifying man in the Fandom Menace, right here with you from the place to be reviews. Thank you for having me on the Humpty Dump, Scotty. I appreciate it, brother.
As always, man, you're welcome. Thank you for being here. And then I like to say one of my OG panelist on the dump, but he'd rather leave me for you. So I'll introduce him anyways. Culture Casino.
We didn't have this exclusive thing. You didn't say there's no ring on this finger. You know what I'm saying? So
if you like, you should put a ring on it.
If you like it, you should have put a ring on it, Scotty. But anyway, thank you for having me, Scott. I love being here. I love the dump. It's one of my favorite shows. That's why I keep doing a bunch of crap for it and making cool little doodads and stuff like the counter that we had at the beginning. I love this. I love the community. I always want to help out, and this is one of my favorite shows to be on. So, Scotty, between you and Steven and all of the great people that we have part of Rogue Entertainment and the Fourth Wave, I am grateful just to be on any channel at any time. So thanks for having me, and please forgive me for hanging out with ETEP again tonight, because I know he needed more hair on the panel tonight.
I did. I have none.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I mean, hold on. This is me without a hat.
Oh wait,
Look at that shine,
hang
dude.
on.
Look at that shine. Oh,
Shine on.
oh,
Shine.
you are shiny too.
Yeah,
Oh,
shine on.
I got a special aftershave. It's got a gloss to it.
Oh,
wow.
yeah, it looks like it. We call that Sasson. I don't know. Anyways, so we're going to be talking about a couple different things tonight, guys. I hope everybody enjoys this. And I know my boy ETEP wanted to definitely talk about that before his show starts at 8:30 tonight. So make sure you guys go over there really close to the time they're about to shut down because, you got to be here first. What do you got up, ETEP? Something different?
Yeah, I've got the Batwoman article.
Is it the same one from the Mary Sue?
Yeah.
Oh, we already got it. Culture's got it, my friend.
Oh, you got okay. All right. Sorry, let me take this off. All right, there we
She
go.
never
All
looks
right.
happy. Can I just say first?
Yeah.
She never looks happy.
Nope.
Okay.
You guys can be on video until I freeze. I'll let you know when
all
come off video.
Okay. So
Go ahead.
no, Javicia Leslie is she's beautiful. Like she
Yeah,
is absolutely just a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
But my God, like she actually emoted a little bit in this episode. But this is the thing. She had better be sandbagging some acting ability because those looks and a little bit of emoting, having some feelings here and some feelings there is not going to carry this show because the ratings, I mean, they took a shit and everybody's, oh, well, you can't compare it to because the NFL playoffs. I'm like, the people that are watching the NFL playoffs ain't watching Batwoman. Trust me.
No.
Okay.
Mhm.
No.
Completely different audience.
Yo.
No, it's two different audiences.
Yeah. The only
Unless
reason
unless you're 19K Fox. 19K Fox probably watches both.
I was watching. I watched the Chiefs. I watched the Chiefs win, and then I had to watch this because I reviewed every episode since the very beginning, since the first trailer dropped. I've reviewed everything for this, and I hate it. I hated Ruby Rose, and I like Javicia Leslie more because she's gorgeous, but the show's still utter shite.
Mhm.
Right. She looks about emotive as a wet sausage on a Tuesday. And it's the worst part? Today is Wednesday. The Time Prophet, you are definitely right, sir. That is a rough one. I haven't watched either shows. I've watched bits and pieces of the first season. I didn't even know this one was coming out already. I haven't kept up on it. I might do reviews once my computer comes in. But until then, I have you guys to watch. So make sure you guys are subscribed to ETEP because he reviews these. And they're probably hilarious because the show sucks.
Yep.
Well, let's see. Why don't we jump into it? And, Culture, bring us along.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Mary Sue is presenting this article, and we know the quality journalism that they present. And the lovely lady by the name of Princess Weeks, that's right, Princess is her first name, is the one writing this lovely piece of literature. So here we go. Don't put Batwoman's poor ratings on Javicia Leslie. Javicia Leslie is the one coming into a rocky ship. Well, no kidding. Over the holiday weekend, the website The Wrap published a tweet, now deleted, stating that Javicia Leslie's debut on the CW's Batwoman didn't hold a candle to Ruby Rose's. The tweet unleashed a firestorm online that, without calling people out that it was unnecessarily loaded, especially on King Day. The headline now reads, Javicia Leslie's Batwoman debut plummets 80% in ratings from Ruby Rose's. And here is the tweet right here. And they were not wrong. Now, I have not watched much of Batwoman for a number of reasons, because it's complete shit, starting with the fact that Ruby Rose isn't that strong of an actress, and ending with me still having PTSD from the Vampire Diaries treatment of black and non-white characters.
Wait a minute. What? Go back. The Vampire Diaries?
Yeah.
Is that where? What? How did we get back to that show?
Same network.
Same
they
network.
had
It's a CW.
They had a witch. She was a main character. She was
PTSD?
Yeah, but apparently because they didn't discuss racism enough.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Right now, the only... well, I'm not doing it. Okay. Still, as someone tapped into the Arrowverse, the reason many people watch this show for Alice, Rachel Scarston, and looking at the ratings for Batwoman, they were already not particularly great in general. No kidding. Yes, the series debut of Batwoman saw 1.86 million views, but then they dropped until the Arrowverse crossover brought it back up to 1.71. Following that, the views continued to drop for some time, and it was in the mid 0.8s, but that was it. That is common for a lot of shows on the network. Yes, it's the CW, by the way. All the Arrowverse shows saw drops, with Supergirl's finale only getting 0.65 views and Legends getting 0.73. The Flash is the only Arrowverse show that consistently keeps 1.01 million views and over. Batwoman's first season had a shiny new allure of being a new show, but it was never a critical darling, getting slapped in the first season for bad acting and other things. So, to have the show go through the effort to actually hire an actress with range and then putting all the pressure on that actress is a bit slimy, because Javicia Leslie is the one coming aboard a rocky ship.
Okay, let's take a second. Nick or Sam, what do you got to say?
Look, there's the old saying floating around that a bad workman blames his tools. In this case, I actually don't have a problem with many of the cast of Batwoman. I actually think they're perfectly capable. In this case, a bad workman can definitely blame his tools. I'm perfectly willing to believe that this is definitely an exception, given how Caroline Dries operates.
Well, how do you mean?
It's just poorly written dross.
That's it, right? What about directing?
Honestly, I've only actually watched reviews. I haven't actually watched the show itself. But yeah, it's definitely a question of, I mean, as far as I can make out, the actors are perfectly fine. It's just the material they're given to work with is absolute shit.
Right. And before anybody else goes, I want to read what Jayne put, because I was thinking the same exact thing. Because I'm a closet vampire fan. I watch almost anything that has vampires on it, unless they sparkle. But Vampire Diaries and the Originals, which the Originals was a good show, I don't care what anybody says, spinoff, both did black characters quite well. Klaus's storyline with his son was amazing. His son he turned a young man who was born into slavery into a vampire when he got to a certain age, and it became his son. He was his sire, he was his son, and it was a very love-hate relationship. You know, his son ran New Orleans while he was gone. Like, there was so much going on that you didn't look at him and be like, oh, that's a black guy. But thank God we got check that box. It was just a really good storyline. And I'm sick and tired that we have to check the boxes and not look at the characters and see how they grow throughout the season or series, you know? What do you have to say there, McKinney?
No, pretty much what Sam and Nick has said, that the thing that I noticed that Princess is leaving out is the writing. That's what brings that's the biggest problem with this show as a whole, is that you were willing to replace the actors or actor, but you're not willing to replace the writing staff. You're not willing, but you're keeping the same, pretty much everything else on board. A different actor is not going to help fix the horrible writing in this show.
Exactly.
Well, let me ask Casino, do you know, I've been told they did have somewhat to do with letting her go, but it really was her wanting to jump ship.
Well, you can't blame her. I mean, it was hard. You had to go to work 5 days a week for, a couple of months. They had her doing some things that she wasn't physically capable of doing, and she ended up injuring herself. They paralyzed a woman, destroying her comedic career on set at one point in time. In the case of the show, the writing and the show running and the direction was all very poor. So, Ruby Rose considered herself a movie star. And, took this gig because she thought it was an opportunity to find her way into DC at some point.
Right. And I have to say, she also, it's not just the writing. It was the stunt choreography was terrible. I mean, you had a girl who weighed, 90 pounds soaking wet, and these thuggish people these, bad guys are massive men, 225 to 250, and they would wait for her to like kick her and like they lean down and open their chin for her.
It takes you out of the experience seeing a woman who is built of her build, someone of her thin stature, able to body men twice her size.
Oh,
right,
dude! Just the scene in the elevator. She's got the guy. It's like Critical Drinker says, very accommodating stuntman.
Yes,
she's got this guy, and she just like straight just like punches him into the ground. I'm like, I would give her like a shot just to see what she could do. I guarantee you, it's going to be like, unless she hits you right on the button, in your Glass Joe, that you're just going to look at her and be like, okay, so what the fuck was that? Like, I mean, it's a pathetic joke. Like I said, I've watched every painful episode. I've watched every episode of the show 3 times, and those and having, like I said, this is why M. Dastardly and I got along so well. He's a stuntman. I'm a former professional wrestler, so we kind of compared notes on stuff like that because we've both done that kind of work, and it's like it does, like you said, Mac. It takes you out of it. It takes you out completely.
Suspends your disbelief. It makes no sense, and I don't know if. I think M. Dastardly's fine with me saying this, that M. Dastardly, he's done some stunt work on Arrow.
Yep.
He's gotten beat up by in the scene that he got beat up by Katie Cassidy, Black Canary's stunt coordinator or stunt double. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
But even Katie Cassidy, you could believe, can kick some butt. She looks
got some muscle.
Well, she looks physically able.
Yeah.
A woman doesn't have to be Gina Carano to make me believe she can kick your ass.
But look at Ruby Rose. Athletic.
Ruby Rose needs a cheeseburger. Ruby Rose could have used the suit and gadgets more, but no, she has magical powers.
Yeah, but they're going to give Ryan Wilder magical powers because that kryptonite bullet she took.
Right, and it would make sense, and that would actually make a lot more sense if it was someone like Ruby Rose having to use her wits or use her gadgets and suit to take down larger enemies.
Say that again?
They could have made it more like a police procedural or something, really lean into the more of the espionage sort of stuff.
Right.
Kind of more like Gotham in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, after fashion. Yeah.
But I think Jayne hits the nail on the head. Like if she's Batwoman, she has the best, and also stole the Batsuit. She has the best gadgets in the world. She shouldn't have had to use physical brute strength that we don't believe. Because Makani, I believe the number one killer of any fantasy or sci-fi show is that suspended belief where you can't believe it could really happen. That kills it. That takes you out of it, and I can't get back in when that happens.
Right, even in unless she's like someone who's gotten like superpowers or something like that, I could believe it. But no, it completely takes you out of it. It doesn't make any sense. And from what I saw with Javicia Leslie, it's better. I'll say that
she looks more physical.
She looks more physically fit. However, the thing that takes me out is the whole her being incredibly skilled but wildly undisciplined.
Okay,
right.
So
that makes no sense.
To that point, when she first put on the bat suit, number one, if that bat suit fit Ruby Rose, it's not going to fit Javicia Leslie. She's taller. No. She's taller. She's thicker. She's more physically fit than Ruby Rose is. All right. And number two, when she's swinging around, she already knows how to use the shit. I mean, she got confused a couple times, but she's swinging around. She knows how to use it. And then she gets shot at and says, "I'm bulletproof, bitches."
Okay. Now that does take you out.
I'm like, what the fuck? And then she shoots the guy with the batarang. Okay. She is thicker, Jayne.
Yeah, she is. She's a real woman.
She's built like a female. She's not built like somebody Kevin Spacey would chase around. But the thing was with that, man, in that sequence where she's fighting, she goes out and she immediately just starts fighting crime. She goes and finds these two basically big ass white NFL linebackers and beats the shit out of them. Okay, cool, whatever. Very accommodating stuntman, thank you. But when she threatens to shoot the guy in the face, I'm like, yes, because that's exactly what Batwoman would do. She would just be like, "I'm going to shoot you in the face if you don't tell me." Like, what the fuck?
Okay,
are you the Punisher?
Yeah. Okay. So two things to note. One, I could understand that. I could understand like if it was like she was just shocked to realize what the suit like if in like her first encounter that she didn't realize what her suit could do, like her taking a bullet, like her going to a situation where they actually shoot at her and it bounces off. She understands and she goes in. She doesn't act. I guess I wouldn't brag something like that. I guess I'm thinking like in my own situation or something like that or to me. But the second thing is this is where I think the problem is going to be more towards in the writing department as the season progresses is that we're not going to see Ryan Wilder actually struggle. Actually have any struggles as as being a hero, being in these encounters where she's going to win every single fight.
Fear. That's what you always fear.
That's the biggest fear.
One of the greatest things about a story is not just a person in conflict, but as George R. R. Martin always says, a heart in conflict. And if she's not struggling at least with some inner demons, or with, relationships or anything, like what's the point if you're perfect? What's the point?
Yeah, and it adds on to what I was really saying is that in terms of just not only that, but in just encounters and combat and such, we're going to see her win every single fight. We're not going to see her actually have and suffer any like bruises or suffer any losses.
Just to add on to that as well, I mean, if she's not going to lose, and it's quite obvious that she's not going to lose, it also makes all of her problems both inside and out appear rather self-inflicted. So therefore we feel no sympathy.
And to add on to that, one of the core things, I think one of the most important things that does well with superheroes and fiction in general is more than just somebody using their strength, their brawn to get out of a situation, but also using their brains as well. I think about Spider-Man. I think about characters of Spider-Man who not many people forget to realize is that Peter Parker is a scientist. He uses may not have the strength to take on somebody like Rhino, but he has a wit. He's smart about it. He knows, he figures out how to analyze the situation and how to get out of it. And he also
uses like psychological tactics. His witty comments are psychological. I gotta just her van outran the Batmobile.
Yes, dude,
that does make no sense.
That was okay. So Hush is shooting missiles at her, and he misses. And then it's like a 1960s VW, and she's outrunning and outmaneuvering the fucking Batmobile. Okay,
oh my god,
the Batmobile was nothing but a Corvette with some stripes, a spoiler, and
it's still going to handle better than a.
I'm saying
it's the worst looking Batmobile I've ever seen.
That's exactly it. Jane's making all the points that I'm waiting to say.
I know. Why aren't you here, Jayne? Why
exactly?
I'm just gonna start reviewing this show with her because we're so we're so in sync on this.
It's on point,
Jane's on it. Jane's on it.
Yep. And let me quickly say hello to Rev Kev, one of my favorite before I got kicked off of TikTok and had to move to Clapper. He has the best videos. I love him. Always inspirational. Guys, check out Rev Kev. He rocks. One second, buddy. Metal Thrashing Joe says, don't you remember when Laura Lance tried bringing a vigilante for the first time? She had to be saved twice before she got the hang of it. And that was a great. Are we talking Legends of Tomorrow?
We're talking. Or
was that Arrow?
I think that's Arrow season 3.
Right,
about season 3 when when Sarah Lance was killed and Laurel had to take up the mantle. Yeah, right. She got her butt kicked for a good most portion of the time during that season going onwards. It wasn't until that it wasn't until like Felicity started kind of building like their own kind of version of Canary Cry, and that she finally got the more time she spent working with the Team Arrow, the more she got the hang of it, the more that she wasn't making that too many mistakes from between like seasons 3 and season 4 when she gets killed off.
Right. And I love everybody else's fault, Jayne says. And Time Prophet, we don't, like I was saying before, we don't need a Batwoman with muscles. We need a smart, intelligent Batwoman that can use her gadgets to take the disadvantage or the advantage away from these men that are much bigger than her. That's what you want.
the best version of Batwoman is, as far as like animated and as far as like on TV, on film, is Batman Bad Blood. Just look at that and look at the comics. Also, something to forget, Kate was an army brat.
Yep.
Yeah, and even then,
Right.
I've actually got the comics myself, and I actually really enjoy them. And they actually show you her actually training and where she gets all this stuff. She's got a whole lot of like non-lethal, army gadgets, which she stole. And but even her fighting style, it's more acrobatic. It's more it's more dance-like as opposed to brute force.
Right. And from what I've seen, from what I remember looking at the comics, Kate isn't that acrobatic, almost hardly. And she's more she's more akin to Bruce in that her style is more of a brawler. It's just different. His Bruce is a brawler mixed with multiple fighting styles to add on top of that. It's just
Time Prophet, I agree. We need a Grace Jones in our lives. That would be beautiful.
Amazing.
All right. Culture, you want to read a little bit more?
Sure. Let me get back to that article.
And anybody else, make sure you guys are subscribing to Makani. He needs just a few more to get to 400. So if you guys are not subscribed to Makani, he's going to drop it in the link right now in the chat. And please subscribe to him so he can get to 400 tonight. All right.
After a decade of stability, the Arrowverse, or whatever they want to call it now, is not going to be as strong as it was before. Big shows are leaving and have left. Who knows how many seasons The Flash has left or has a cast willing to do it after years of obvious disillusionment with the material. While I may have thought Ruby Rose was good, there are people who liked her and were attached to how the story was going. It will be up to the writers and producers to take the time in order to make sure that Leslie's Batwoman is seen as her own person and not just Black Batwoman and Ruby Rose's, my goodness, replacement. Go ahead, Makani.
How many paragraphs did they have to drop that? I was shocked they took that long to drop the, Black Batwoman.
But she said it on Twitter already.
Yeah,
she said it on Twitter already. I'm Black.
Yes,
I'm Black Batwoman.
Yep.
It's like, well, yeah, you're Batwoman. Okay.
Right.
You're fucking Batwoman. I mean, just you don't like how long did it take in that show for her to sit down with her parole officer, like Jayne said, and yep, I'm the victim. And then when Luke Fox and Mary Hamilton, Kate's stepsister, run into her in the sewers, they're like, Kate. She turns around and you see Javicia Leslie and they're like, oh, you're not Kate. And she goes off on that tangent about I'm the like 240 something blah blah to have a black mother that died. And it's like she runs down all this stuff and it's like, so basically you're just the victim. And then she's like, I'm not going to stop until I murder whoever killed my mom. And it's like,
statistic.
Okay.
Statistic.
And
you had to make it all about that. It's like, Jesus Christ, you could have righted this ship. Like you said, you didn't replace the writing staff. You didn't replace any of the producers. Caroline Dries is still able to just do this bullshit because Berlanti just writes the checks. And they're like, they've already talked about renewing it for season 3. And it's like, you lost 600,000
So Ryan Wilder is
viewers.
essentially just another thief.
Yeah. It's a joke.
They lost that many, huh?
I mean, yeah, it's down 80%.
It's amazing that many football fans missed the first episode. Wow.
It's just,
that's crazy.
Yeah, and I think was hearing from the Flash is like making season 3 happen because at that point it'll be below even 100,000.
Oh yeah,
right. What's funny here is the Time Prophet says, does anybody care if the Flash has any more seasons? I didn't care after like season 2, but
I watched
people love it. No, don't get me wrong. People love it. I think Grant should have been the Flash in the DCEU. The thing I have to say about it is it is their best show on TV right now. And they bumped it for the season premiere of Superman and Lois or Clark and Lois or whatever the hell they're calling that one now. They bumped it, the season premiere of their best show, to put a 2-hour premiere of that Lois and Superman movie.
You got a weak ass Superman.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's like Scott, you said you stopped at season 2. I stopped at, I would say probably at the end of the 3rd season. I was done. And I thought the first 2 seasons of The Flash were utter brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, I enjoyed them.
Absolutely
I enjoyed them.
brilliant.
I enjoyed that. I liked the first season of Legends of Tomorrow.
Same here.
But then all of a sudden they got rid of some of my favorite characters. So it's like, what's the point? And you know, the Arrow was good because the lead actor, I'm blanking on
Stephen
his name.
Amell.
Yeah, Stephen Amell he's a great actor.
Solid.
He's a great actor. Solid actor, man. I really enjoy his take. But then all of a sudden, season 2, the Arrow's not killing people. He's the freaking Arrow.
Well,
They went back to killing, didn't they?
oh,
I don't know. All I know is
I'll just say this.
killing
I
people.
stopped Arrow like midway through season 5, just because the moment that he was killed by Ra's al Ghul in the mid-season finale on the 3rd season, they started pushing heavily into the shipping, and the CWism started to creep in more and more, and I just got tired of it.
I hear you. And Metal Thrashing Joe, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I don't know, man. I don't get it. I don't get why they had to check the boxes. You know, she just couldn't be just a black Batwoman. She has to be a bisexual black Batwoman. Like, are they saying that Batwoman can't be straight? Are straight women not strong?
Well, it canonically
saying?
in the comics, she's lesbian.
I'm just saying that's sexist.
But
all right,
what did they? How did they prove? Because they said they had to have an actress who was actually part of the alphabet community. So what did they do to make her prove that? I mean, I didn't think I didn't think you needed to be a card. Well, I didn't think Harvey Weinstein was involved in Berlanti production.
No.
I mean,
What's her name might be?
Really, what are you going to do? I mean, I didn't know. Did they have to carry cards these days? Is that what they're doing? I don't know.
You never know. Leslie might have been involved. You never know. Let's read on a little bit more, Culture.
All right.
Thanks, buddy.
Am I surprised that the return of Batwoman was not exceptionally great on Sunday when a game was on, and when I certainly didn't even remember it was back on? We are still in the middle of a pandemic, and while streaming has allowed for certain shows to have big premieres, we still don't know how new television is going to go, especially for shows not getting to do any real ads. Regardless, framing the fault of the low ratings, 0.1 rating last night in the key demo, and 663,000 total viewers shouldn't be placed or presented as the fault of the actress. People mostly...
Guys, if you're going to jump in, talk. Someone talk.
No, you can't put it on the fault of the actress. No, you just can't.
No, and that's where I actually agree with her on that.
Yeah.
Well, and I agree with her on something else earlier too, but you know, if you cast somebody because they're a BIPOC, then you know you have to actually do something with that, and and because that's all you were about to begin with, and then you go back and in this article she says, you know, she can't just be the black Batwoman, but I digress. Let's move forward. People mostly don't watch these shows for the leads. They are watching to see comic characters they enjoy being brought to life. This is also a true statement that she says here, guys. I cannot disagree with this. And what's interesting is it's the same thing we've been saying forever, except that you guys are destroying the characters when you bring them to life. So anyway, that's why the shows suck. All I know is that if we could all survive Val Kilmer being Batman, no, actually, George Clooney was a worse Batman, but
yes,
whatever.
He was.
Yeah.
Then
No, Val Kilmer, I'm sorry, dude. Can we just get this out there? Val Kilmer was the smartest Batman that we have ever had in the movies. He was the most intelligent Batman we had. He gets too much of a bad rap. Bat Nipple should take the freaking cake with his back.
No,
God damn it.
No, I'm with you. I like Batman Forever. That's
The soundtrack, that one's great too.
Yeah, it was good. All right, sorry about that, Culture.
No problem. Okay, what matters is the story that is being told. So tell a good story. For the love of Alfred. Wow, that was not funny. But unlike Kilmer, when I hear people talk about Leslie's performance, they have excellent things to say about it. So clearly, at least to me, the issue isn't her. Unless we want to discuss racism in the DC TV fandom, but it's only Tuesday.
Okay.
Of course, it'd be racism.
Okay. So
I had to bring it up.
Yes, it's only Tuesday, and that article is coming out on Thursday. So
She's part of a marginalized group, so therefore she's infallible to criticism. Lesson you want to be identified as an istophobe.
Exactly.
Okay. They're right. Javicia Leslie is not the problem. It's the least of the problems. In fact, from what I've looked at, Javicia, aside from a couple scenes, Javicia Leslie is much better than Kate Kane. It wasn't phoning it in too much.
It's a low bar,
there was
though.
a good. It is, yeah. But that's the thing. The bar is low.
It's a James Cameron bar. It's so fucking low.
However, the writing doesn't do her any favors.
None.
Jayne gave her a better backstory with just making her a rich cousin that wants to, go out for revenge. That right there. Boom.
There you go.
Said if you really wanted to try, writing a decent backstory does not take that long. It really doesn't if you think about it.
Yeah. No, see, metal thrashing.
Why?
Right, exactly. Metal Thrashing Joe, though, you got that wrong. See, gay people could play straight people.
Of course.
But straight people aren't allowed to play gay people anymore. You just got to understand that's life. We have no control. In the era of the new America, for at least the next 4 years, we got to watch what we say, I guess. That's a joke. We are never going to watch what we say here on the dump. What were you going to say, Etep?
No, I can't remember now. It's gone.
That's fine.
It's
Stop
gone.
smoking. All right.
I'm not right now. It's the edibles, brah.
Yeah, the edibles will get you. I don't know. Now, Etep, you're going to be covering this, right?
Yeah, I'm going to be covering more of the rating side of this later tonight. But yeah, it's like I said, man, like to kind of go back to what Max said about the writing. Yeah, it is, man, because the writing was bad in season 1, and it's like they wrote her they've written this character into a corner already. Like it's like she's a perpetual victim, and it's I can't. I'm not a writer, but at the same time, it's like in 30 minutes, I came up with 10 pages of a science fiction story I started writing, and I ran it by a couple people who I consider like a decent source. They're like, "This is good," and I'm like, "Why is it so hard for these Hollywood assholes?" It's like even if I wanted to check boxes, I could still come up with creative ways, like Jayne said, make her cousin.
They're not artists.
No.
They're activists.
No,
yep, that's it. Activists. Thank you.
Right, and
They pose as artists.
Yeah.
Right, and when you're writing a character as a perpetual victim, and that having this thing like patriarchal stuff to try to overcome, and throughout a season, it doesn't work. You're not gonna you can't sympathize. It wears off. It wears off really quickly, and nowadays it's not a strong character. Period. Because you're going by like Twitter, and such, who are people who are acting like, who are trying to pretend to be victims all the time. There's no growth in that.
None at all. And Script Doctor says it best too. It's not just the reason we get these crappy writers is because of the gatekeepers. The gatekeepers are these young liberal people that are the ones that hand scripts to the people that actually make the decisions. So they're only seeing what these young, and I'm sorry, they're very usually liberal leaning people hand them. They may not be the most creative people, but they have their agenda. So what happens? These crappy things get made. Until that changes, we're going to keep getting crappy shit. I mean, it's been 4 years of us bitching, some of us over a year and a half now bitching about this stuff, and it never changes. And
until they learn they're going to continue to find out why you see stuff like The Expanse, stuff like the Orville, stuff like, stuff that we praise, stuff like anime and manga completely blow them out of the water every single time.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and the sad thing is The Expanse is fighting for a 7th season, but I believe the 6th will be the last. I haven't watched today's episode yet, but like I can't wait to watch it till after this because it is such a good show, The Expanse. And it talks about prejudice. It talks about different classes, but it does it in just such an intelligent way that it's not the agenda. I don't know how to.
Actually, is limited to the actual world in which these characters are.
Right.
So even from what I can tell with The Expanse and even things like it, you're not waiting for, say, a cast member to go blah 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 blah, and then suddenly turn to the camera to look at the audience.
Right.
Right.
You're absolutely right. Real quick, guys, we got to say bye to ETEP because he has a show coming up very soon.
Yep, ETEP Wakuian's place to be reviews. I'm going over right now to get ready in 15 minutes to we're going to go rogue over there from 8:30 to about 10:30 Eastern tonight. 500 subscriber celebration.
Woo!
Thank everybody for making that happen. We're thank you guys and the McCabes just subscribed. I got to have these two on. I think about having them on a Friday night one time. Have them on the Fandom Menace Friday Night Live.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. I'll DM you on Twitter. But yeah, ETEP Wakui, man. Thank you, Scotty, for having me on. Sorry,
anytime,
I got to jet.
Anytime.
Have a great night, everybody. And me and Culture, I'll see you guys. Thank you again.
Later, ETEP.
Much love, ETEP.
Oh, thank God he's out of here. All right, let's do this. No, I didn't say that. Did I say that? Culture, do you have to leave right now or do you have a couple minutes?
No, I've got a couple minutes. I just want to, if I'm reading this, I need to get reading it. So let's go.
All right, let's get reading it.
All right. This is from Inside the Magic, a Disney site primarily. And they say specifically, Star Wars faces backlash following MLK Jr. tweet. This is posted on the 18th of January, which was just 2 days ago. I wonder why. The Star Wars franchise has faced some challenges in recent years, largely related to the depiction of diverse characters in the sequel trilogy. Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens in 2015, Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi in 2017, and Star Wars Episode 9, The Rinse of Soybeans. I mean, The Rise of Skywalker.
Palpatine. Sorry.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No. So here we go. First, Rose Tico actress Kelly Marie Tran noted that she left social media and sought therapy following Rian Johnson's The Last Jedi backlash. No, that's not the truth. They keep repeating the same lie over and over and over again until they can make it true. But anyway, here we go.
I'm pretty sure
that's the media.
Yeah, sorry. I'm pretty sure it was a while ago, but I'm pretty sure someone actually completely debunked that by going through all the Twitter links, and they went right back to the source of Kelly Marie Tran.
I think it was Data
Racer. There was nothing there.
Data Racer.
Well, she herself debunked that in an interview.
Yeah, exactly. All she said was, I think it was something to do with, I just left because of my mental health.
I thought her chief complaint was about how Hollywood treats Asians in general.
Right.
And she brought up the media too, and the media.
Yeah, exactly. It was nothing to do with fandom.
Hell, I don't even think
just the same way the situation with Ahmed Best had nothing to do with the fandom. It was more on the media.
Yeah. Yep, sorry. That's it. I think.
It's okay. Read on, my brother.
All right, here we go. This is quotes. I think we met, and this is referring to Tran and Jana actress Naomi Aki, and recently sought of hit it off and sort of talked about all of the struggles of being people who did not grow up in privileged backgrounds, very new to this industry, what that meant, what we were dealing with. And I think the biggest thing that sort of came from that was making sure you don't become isolated or silent about the things that you're dealing with. Why is this a quote? And who talks like this? Anyway. Then, main character actor John Boyega, who played ex-Stormtrooper Finn in the final Skywalker Saga trilogy's main trio alongside Daisy Ridley, Rey, and Oscar Isaac, Resistance pilot Poe Dameron, spoke out about feeling sidelined as a black character in Star Wars. Well, he was not wrong. Among his many statements, Boyega shared, "What I say to Disney is do not bring out a black character, market them to be much more important in the franchise than they are, and then have them pushed to the side. It's not good. I'll say it straight up. You get yourself involved in projects and you're not necessarily going to like everything." Well, he wasn't wrong there either.
No, he definitely laid it out for them.
Yeah, well, you know what? They deserved it because, in all honesty, that really disappointed me as well. I was hoping that we'd have 2 Force users, and he would be, one of them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
anyway.
Exactly.
Now Star Wars is facing social media backlash as a result of a tweet shared to the franchise's official Twitter account this afternoon. The Martin Luther King Jr. Day tribute read, "There comes a time when one must take a position that is neither safe, nor politic, nor popular, but he must take it because conscience tells him it is right. Today we honor Dr. King and celebrate his legacy. The Lucas family is committed to the fight for justice and equality in every corner of the galaxy.
No, you're
Each
not.
of us keeps that dream alive. There comes a time when one must take a position that is neither safe nor politic nor popular, but he must take it because conscience tells him it is right." They were trying to fill, they repeated themselves because they tried to fill inches, apparently. But
Exactly.
almost immediately, social media users began posting retorts, citing alleged treatment of both Tran and Boyega throughout their Star Wars tenures. Twitter users KTSO and again
Ewan.
whatever it is, passionately wrote, "Stares in Kelly Marie Tran's character getting sidelined." What? Stares in Kelly?
No.
He meant to say stares at Kelly Marie Tran's character getting sidelined to appease racist and that's a bunch of shit and misogynistic Star Wars fans instead of defending her and shielding her from the undeserved vitriol she got. That is not.
Oh my God! Are you serious?
Apparently,
That's
they
what it
are.
is.
Go for it,
that's
Marky. Go
ridiculous.
for it.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it, Makini. You're feeling it.
You know what the problem with that tweet was? You had the gall to post that when Kelly Marie Tran, you celebrated her birthday, but you forgot one person, one of the most important actors in Star Wars, James Earl Jones.
Skywalkers?
The legend
James
himself.
Earl Jones. You forgot.
They didn't
his
even wish him.
birthday.
They didn't wish him happy birthday.
Even when people called him out, they didn't even bother to rectify that.
No.
This man is the voice of Darth Vader. He's turned 90 years old.
Yeah,
Apparently,
not-
Star Wars UK got it.
Yep, and
Right.
they still use his voice, by the way. So yeah, it's very frustrating. Well, let's get through this if we can. A Twitter user going by the name of Muck, no kidding, that shared these thoughts. "You reduced John Boyega's character in TROS. You made Kelly Marie Tran's character a side character out of the fear of the reactions from TLJ. Even when hated, George Lucas would never minimize the role of a character. Please reflect your words and your actions." Well, okay.
I disagree.
I disagree with that. He lessened the role of Jar Jar Banks.
Yes, he lessens
in the
role of Jar Jar
prequels.
Binks.
Yes, so that I disagree with, but I understand what they mean. Lucasfilm did look what they did to John Boyega in the Chinese poster. They made him like the size of an ant because, we denounce white supremacy here on this channel. The Chinese don't.
Okay, so you I was agreeing like halfway. I was halfway meet with that statement. It wasn't that you sidelined John Boyega. You ruined his character. You ruined the potential of a character with a lot of potential, and you completely squandered it. You completely destroyed it by the time we got to The Last Jedi. The problem with Kelly Marie Tran, for me, was how you wrote the character. How you wrote that fucking character.
Yeah.
Sorry for me cursing. How that character was written. Annoying and useless, and the way she handles John Boyega like that.
Yeah.
I would have been fine. I would have been fine seeing Rose Tico back in Rise of Skywalker if they knew that they were going to write her better. If they were going to just right all the wrongs that they did in The Last Jedi.
This is the problem.
Of writing.
The problem with the sequel is that they tried so hard to check the boxes that they actually did a disservice to minority people everywhere. But real quick, Culture Casino has to get bouncing because he's a turncoat and going to ETEP stream. So here we go, Culture Casino. Say your goodbyes. I love you.
Bye.
Take care, Culture.
All right. Thanks for having me. Like you said, this is special for ETEP because it's his 500 subscriber thing. So I'm going to go over there and show some love to a fellow Rogue Entertainment person. So
yeah, I wasn't invited, so it's cool.
I won't. You wouldn't come anyway. It's past your bedtime, and I won't.
I mean, all I'm saying is I helped create Rogue Entertainment, but that's cool. Tell ETEP I said, happy freaking birthday. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's my birthday on Friday. Tell him happy 500.
I love you, man. Anyway, so I'll be over there, and then and I'll ask him if he wants you to come over. I'm not coming.
Oh my god, that's some world-class Himalayan saltier.
Oh, I'm going.
It's past my bedtime. I love you, Culture. Where can we find you?
Oh, here. Go here, or go to Culture Casino Live, or go to both and subscribe both places, and that'll make me really happy. Yep. So, but anyway, you guys have an incredible evening, and the rest of the show is going to be bonkers. So stay tuned. See you later.
Yeah, exactly. Love you, man. All right. Thank God that guy's gone. I say that every time, and it just hurts. It's just me trying to protect my feelings. Makani, I've dropped a link in there. It's going to be our last article.
Daily Mail, right?
Yes. So, McCabe Brothers, what did you feel about that article? I mean, are they trying to rewrite history and they're just getting called out on it?
Yes, I think so. I think so. I think they're trying desperately to push this harassment narrative, and it's just complete bollocks. I mean, we all know it's complete trash.
Mm-hmm.
And anyone can do a bit of digging and find out the truth. As far as I can make out, Kelly Marie Tran's beef was with Hollywood in general, not with the fandom, and that's just the way the narrative has been spun.
Right. Well, I mean, she never once said fans. Never once.
Exactly. And quite frankly, I like Kelly Marie Tran, but her role was done a complete disservice in both films. Not to mention some rather unfortunate stereotypical implications with that ship crash. But hey ho, it can't be fixed now.
Right. You're absolutely right, man. What is up, my friend? He's oh god, I always screw it. Someone say the name. I always screw it up.
Che.
I would have had it right that time. Cavatino Che. Yeah. Disney is trying too hard to stay on good graces of Kelly Marie Tran because she is going to voice of Raya and the last. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. And it's not even that. I think they know they screwed her. They know they screwed her. I mean, what they did was they from The Last Jedi on, they talked about how the fandom has been rude, destroying her character, destroying her personally. Yet they destroyed any hope of her, having a better part by minimizing her role in the last movie. They're the ones who did that, not us. That was J.J. Abrams' idea, not ours. You know,
she deserves a better written character.
Damn right.
She was in a
better written character.
The
Period.
girl was in her whole story arc. If you took it out, did nothing, didn't affect the movie one bit. So why would we defend that? Like, it's not the character we're attacking. Well, we're attacking the character, not the actress.
See, in my opinion, if they'd somehow, I mean, I'm going to talk shop with writing for a sec, but if they'd combined Kelly Marie Tran's role with her sister and just dig things around a little bit, she could have had a massive heroic moment dropping all those bombs.
Absolutely.
And that would have been really cool if they just reversed things a bit and combined things a bit and smushed together a few ideas and given her a heroic point, if you know what I mean. But, but yeah, that's just me spitballing.
But no,
but she just crashes into somebody for love.
Exactly, and the same goes with John Boyega. He's completely wasted too. I mean, we all know that we would have loved to have seen a former stormtrooper turn Jedi, but no, they had to turn him into comic relief. They had to make him look stupid. They had to turn him into a janitor. They had all of these
Exactly. He was a simp. He literally was a simp by the second movie. He could have been the greatest character in Star Wars that wasn't Luke Skywalker, Han Solo. You know what I mean? Like, he had, think about it. You have somebody who was trained his whole life to hate a certain group, to be a certain way, you know, and then you had Poe, who was this wild rebel. That it could have been such a great buddy cop type thing where it was funny but yet serious at times, and they screwed it. Thank you for the Doom McCorn Culture Casino. I don't know, Nick, what were you going to say before I cut you off? I apologize.
Oh, was I going to say anything? No, never mind.
I think you were going to say something a few minutes ago, and I totally cut you off. So if not, we'll move on.
We can move on.
All right. We're going to just do our last. We're not going to probably read this that much, but I think it needs to be talked about. Sure. This will be our last article of the day. You know, and I just want to say here, someone's former life shouldn't be held against them by Taco Bell. Okay, this young lady, no matter what her career was before she started working at Taco Bell, they fired her on the grounds. What, does Taco Bell have moral clauses? I don't think so.
Listen,
I'm just wondering, you know. But Makini, why don't you read the title and then we'll kind of discuss it.
Your face rings a bell. Arkansas porn star who started working at Taco Bell to pay bills during the pandemic claims she was fired after a God-fearing customer recognized her. Can
I just say something? A God-fearing customer recognized her from porn. Does that make any sense to you? Like,
the very definition of irony.
It's so ironic. Like, you're a God-fearing person, yet you probably are like, oh my God, I'm getting a boner now.
What are you doing?
I would have kept my if that was me, and I think everybody on the panel, everybody in the chat would have said the same thing. If they recognized that it was somebody was working at somebody that they knew from porn, doing like serving them food, they probably wouldn't say anything. They would probably just be like, "Oh my God!" Just in the back of the bus, like.
Well, first of all, you're a God-fearing person that's admitting you watch porn. So I mean, you know, like I probably would just be like, "Hey."
I mean, I'm sure I can speak for everyone on this panel when I say I would rather die than cause a scene.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be like, wow.
I'd probably just be like, "You're that porn star. That's awesome. I'd like a chalupa now. Thank you."
Like,
you know, whatever.
Just like in the back of your mind of like.
But I mean, honestly, besides being the very embodiment of irony, I mean, nobody can say she doesn't have any transferable skills. I mean, there's a joke about handling fish tacos in there somewhere.
Nice. Why don't we read?
That's a good one. That's a good one.
What are you gonna say, Nick?
Taco Bell, it's not exactly highbrow, is it?
That's what I'm saying.
No, it's like
Taco Bell is like McDonald's.
Like I would if it was like, you know, the story I was hearing last years ago with a porn actress, you know, going on and becoming a teacher, I could understand that. It makes sense. But this is freaking Taco Bell.
I still don't agree with that.
And it's okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, this is all I'm saying. These are the same people that tell us we need to accept everybody for who they are, and now you're saying she's not the right type of person to accept. Like they want us to accept everybody unless they judge them wrong. They're hypocrites.
And you're right about that, Scott, because people can change. People can change, and you've got to give them a chance. Give them a chance. Give them a chance to show that they're not the same
change.
person.
Why did she have to change? So she did porn.
And when you realize, like, it's not some high end job. It's just listen. We're in a pandemic. You got to take what you can get. And I was like, hey, that's fine. If you just show me what you can do, and hey, we got to get by somehow. It's the pandemic. Everybody's hard to find jobs now. So why not just take what you can get? And I'd be like, sure.
Yeah. Well, Tina has it perfect too. And that's what I'm trying to say. These progressive people that we're supposed to accept everybody for who they are the same people that are vilifying a girl who I don't give a shit. Dude, she did music crap. Like, the girl made ends meet. Now she needs to work at Taco Bell because COVID won't allow, I guess, one sexual partner in a scene, whatever.
That's how I see it. I was like, hey, you gotta do what you can. I understand. Well, happy on board.
That she's gonna do.
Yeah.
She's gonna start filming something in the back room and start molesting fucking tacos or whatever.
No, as long as you're not doing anything like that, you're pretty much good.
I mean, they're judging this poor girl on her past, which I thought we're not supposed to do. So now you're looking at somebody I'm a conservative type of person, more conservative, but when it comes to social things, I'm quite liberal. Like, this young lady did what she wanted to do. Now, either she felt she needed to make money and she did it, or she enjoyed doing it. It really doesn't matter why.
It doesn't matter at that point.
That's her life. And for Taco Bell to get behind this because some pervy old guy who thinks he's religious said they got to get rid of her, like, that's, I don't know. First person that's not a sinner cast a stone.
He is without sin.
Her name is Lana Wells. Lana Wells. Why don't we read a little bit?
Okay. Let's see. Lana Wells claims that she started working at Taco Bell in Newport, Arkansas, and I was expecting it was going to be Pine Bluff or Little Rock, but when the pandemic brought her to work as an adult film actress to a halt. Okay, so just. She claims to interview the Daily Beast that she told managers about her career she was hired, but that less than a week after the job, she claimed she was fired because a customer complained to the restaurant about her. She didn't say who the complaint was, how they recognized her. They were described as a God-fearing customer. Okay, wait. So wait a minute. So they knew. She told them they knew, and they hired her anyway. But it was because of a customer, a God-fearing customer.
That's even worse.
That's much worse.
They accepted this young lady, as an employee. She did not lie about her past. And then what? One idiot who bought maybe a 10-pack of Taco Bell, like, he's not going to break the bank if he doesn't keep going to Taco Bell. That's really disturbing, actually. How easily they could throw somebody in a time like this when it's hard in certain areas of America to work. That is just wrong, man. Read on, brother.
Okay, let's see. An Arkansas porn star who started working at Taco Bell to pay her bills during the pandemic claims that she was fired by the fast food chain after a God-fearing customer complained about her. Leona Wells, who started working at Taco Bell in Newport, Arkansas when the pandemic brought her work as an adult film actress to a halt. She said she wanted to continue providing for her husband and kids, so she started taking shifts at the fast food restaurant. She claims to interview with the Daily Beast that she told managers about her career when she was hired, and they assured her it wouldn't be a problem. But less than 1 week after the job, she claimed she was fired after a customer complained to the restaurant about her being there. It's unclear how the customer knew of her for a profession that recognized her, or if they've been told by someone else who did. The Beast article gives no further details about the complaint, and Taco Bell has not commented on it. Okay.
Yeah, that was
it. That's much worse.
It does.
That actually makes it worse, because if she's just trying to provide for her family, yeah, that actually makes the situation even more worse. Man.
I'm pretty sure there's a lawsuit there.
Oh God, Taco Bell is screwed.
Especially if they knew.
They definitely knew. They definitely knew, man. And well, okay, I'm sorry. We're taking it from her side. They knew. And they got scared. That's really what it was. I don't think it was corporate Taco Bell that did it. It was the franchise owner or the manager that got scared and got rid of the poor girl who's just trying to support her family. I don't get it, man. There's such hypocrites out there. This is, say hello to the next 4 years, people. This is going to be a shit show of a world. I can't wait to, talk about it. I don't know. You guys have anything else on this one? We're going to close it up pretty soon.
No, I think that's pretty much it.
I think that's about it. I think I may have to lay off the Taco Bell for a while.
Yeah.
I'm just basking in the irony of it. I mean, it's delicious.
Right. Bone got it right. God-fearing, but porn-loving individual.
From the way it sounds a lot like the stuff that goes on Twitter when like people get like pressured to like fire this person, fire that person because of their history, and then they get then they fire them despite knowing everything about it. That's what it kind of reminds me of, like those kind of situations that you see on Twitter all the time.
Now, let me ask you a question. If she was a minority girl or a transgender girl that used to do porn, would it be a different story than it being just a little white girl? And I'm really asking this question because I think it would be different. I think they would be scared to get rid of her.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, they would have made it about racism.
Yeah, the bigotry of low expectations is a thing.
Yes, you're absolutely right, dude. It's the hypocrisy of our time. It's, if you're in a certain class, it's all right to attack.
Besides, man, it's freaking Taco Bell. It's not like some office or high-end job anyway.
Right. Why couldn't you put her in the back just cutting
ridiculous.
lettuce?
Like, hey, yeah, if you...
I don't know, man. I don't know, but that's our show for tonight. Let's end it on a hard note. I mean, a good note. Thank you guys for watching tonight. Make sure you guys, it was only an hour show tonight. Holy crap. Thank you guys, though, for checking us out. Wednesdays are going to be a quicker stream than our Saturday ones. I think that's going to go on for the future. Just a couple quick stories. Make sure you guys go over to ETEP. If Makani, where are you on your count?
2 more.
Guys, you have not, anybody who watches this in the future, please subscribe to Makani so we can get him to 400. If you are not subscribed to him, please do. Nick, what are you working on? Where can they find you?
I can be found on YouTube at Nick McCabe. Just look for this voice. I can also look for this face. Also look for me on Twitter at Mr. Mooneyblue1. You can see my name just below. I am also on Minds. Not really much going on there at the moment. As for my next video, I'm sort of sitting on it at the moment. It is a book review for Star Wars Dawn of the Jedi Into the Void.
Oh, nice.
So watch out for that.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm on Minds now too, so try to find me because I think the only person
I think I've already subscribed to you.
Oh, great. I'll subscribe back because the only person I found was Culture. Thank you very much, Nick, as always, and Sam.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to everyone on this channel. They're all marvelous. You can find me at Samuel McCabe _01 on Twitter. You can also find me on YouTube. Look for this face. I'm the one with the beard. I've just jazzed up my thumbnails and my banner, so my channel is looking pretty flash at the moment. So give that a look, like, subscribe, comment. I've also got a script ready for my next video, which will be weighing in on some of the bullshit happening in mainstream publishing at the moment. So keep an eye on this space.
Nice, buddy. That sounds interesting. Thank you for being here. And the artist of the fourth wave.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. My name is Makani, the artist of Rogue Entertainment, one of the monsters of Rogue Entertainment. You can find me on YouTube where I do draw streams every Sunday now at 12:30 Pacific, and new new morning warm-ups every Tuesday and Thursday, 10:30 a.m. Pacific, and new time lapses every week. Tonight, I will be continuing our game stream of Since the Cyberpunk Ghost Story around 7 p.m. my time. Hope you see you guys there. And after the great success and turnout that we had on Mad's Mom Bear's birthday stream, I will be doing more colored art. So I have a colored time lapse in the rear, a color time lapse on the way this week, and then for Sunday's draw stream, we're going to do something else in color as well. So venturing into new adventures, and I'm 2 subs away from the great 400. So
I just realized why I'm like, wow, we didn't have a lot of people as usually we're like in the 30s. Drunk, Geeks and Gamers, and Theory are right now streaming. So that's a crew to go up against. So when you guys watch this on replay, please make sure you hit like. Please subscribe to my panelists. Thank you guys for being here. I also want to thank my Littlefinger members. That's Tina Bojan, Who Knew, Jack D, and Toxic Man Flu. You guys definitely help keep this channel going. I can't wait for my new computer to get here, even though I just got an email because of coronavirus. I got a delay, but that's okay. But to everybody else, thank you so much for all your support. I really appreciate it. Hope to see you all on Saturday. And this is for my members. Take care, everybody. Put a spork in it. We are done.